Discover the best in local business news with a subscription to the IBJ and Inside Indiana Business. For a limited time, try us out for just $1 a week for 8 weeks. Claim this limited time offer now at ibj.com/trial offer.
Kristen, Dane. This episode of the Pete the Planner Show is brought to you by Indiana 529. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you looked at the cost of college and thought, yeah, that seems pretty reasonable? Yeah, me neither. That's why I want to tell you about Indiana 529. It's the state's official college savings plan, and it's one of the few financial tools that actually does what it promises, which helps families save for education in a tax-smart way. Here is the big win. If you're an Indiana taxpayer, you get up 20% state tax credit on your contributions up to $1,500 American dollars back each year. That's real money. It's not a coupon. It's not points. It's cash staying in your pocket. Indiana 529 is flexible as well. You can use it for traditional college, trade school, apprenticeship programs, even K through 12 tuition. And if your kid changes their plans, which if you've ever had a teenager, plans will turn on a dime. You got options. It's easy to set up. It's easy to manage. And you don't have to be a financial expert like Kristen to get started. So just go to myindiana529.com today. That's myindiana529.com. Save smarter, get rewarded for it, and give your future self one less thing to panic about. Hello, everybody.
Hello, Pete.
Okay, so Kristen.
Peter.
You were not on last week's show because we had to do like an emergency show because I had to go. And so I was telling Dame that I took 3 13-year-old boys while in the Arizona area to one of Dame and I's favorite restaurants that we dined at years ago called the Fat Ox. Yes. Is anything tracking here? No, maybe?
Yep. I remember the restaurant that I wasn't invited to fondly. Go on.
Yes. I actually, I think I ate there with Gail, oddly enough, when Gail and I were in Arizona. Beloved Gail. And so I take the boys there this week. I did my best. Dame, it went off the rails when we're dining and I need to go to the restroom. So I get up, I go to the restroom, I enter the restroom, and either I had forgotten or something had changed. But over the urinals where a man takes care of business, there's a set of tasteful nude art photography of women. And so in that moment, I thought to myself, if any of these boys comes into this restroom, I've just exposed them to pictures of nude women. And because their mobile phones are tethered to them, we're going to take photographs of these nude art women. And so I come back to the table and I didn't know what to do. So I just kind of sat there. Lo and behold, Ted goes, well, I got to go to the bathroom. So Ted goes to the bathroom, comes back. He has this look on his face. He looks across the table and he's like, you guys should go to the bathroom. It was so awkward. You can't win. Hello, Andy. Hello, Reverend Renfro. Hello, Steve Miller. Kristen, Maggie's first Christmas.
Indeed.
She a little angel?
Well, of course she is. I grew her.
Oh, that's nice. Dame, do you remember your kids' first Christmases? I'm sorry, I asked you.
I appreciate the generous chuck under the bus.
I couldn't tell you my kids' first Christmases from what's going to happen next Thursday. I don't know. We were talking about something before the show here, other than my horrible memory, which I gave you a few examples of how bad it is. Dame, you and I came to the conclusion. So I've got a good friend, and I got a funny picture of him from the 80s, and I made it into a T-shirt. And the next time I see him, I'm going to wear it in front of him. And then we were just sort of talking. Dame, no woman on the planet would find an awkward picture of a friend, make a T-shirt out of it, and then wear it in front of them. Am I correct with that, Dame?
I think it's highly unlikely that ever happens in real life.
Kristen, have you ever met a woman that would do that?
Very few. My
Yeah.
best friend might do that.
Yeah. I mean, if she does have an awkward photo of you to make it a t-shirt, can you have your friend send it to me?
No, absolutely not.
Hello, Jason. Kristen, can we just have a moment of clarity here? If I found a very awkward picture of you, made it into a t-shirt, and wore it here on this show, seems like a problem, right?
I would melt into a puddle of embarrassment. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dame, you wouldn't care.
Probably have to try and remember the story that went along with that photo, and it's 50-50 at that.
Gosh, we went into the airlock. Dame went in, and he didn't come out. Are you back out?
Am I on?
Yeah, you're out now. But oh man, you got in there.
Wow.
Okay.
Speaking of housekeeping, do you guys have a recording error message, or is that just me?
Just you.
Just you.
Oh,
You want to go ahead and reset your biz?
I just restarted my computer before we started today, but I can leave and come back and see.
Probably
Okay.
oughta.
Okay. Well,
Thank you.
Dame, we're gonna have to kill time. Well, I think Maggie's teching Kristen's computer today.
All that sleep she gets.
Dame, let me tell you, 6 days on the road across the country, 5 nights at a hotel
Mhm.
for youth soccer. It's too much.
Uh-huh.
It's too much.
Yeah, there weren't any local teams that you guys could have played.
No, I mean, that's my perspective. I'll say this. I'm checking into the hotel on whatever night we got there, and it's interesting. It had like this screen facing the person checking in with like all the details of your stay. And the first thing that you see, it pops up, it said 5 nights. And I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I'm staying here for, like, I hadn't done the math really. Like I knew, but I was just like, ah.
Were you in one room with 3 teenage boys?
Well, first of all, like, that's an awkward way to ask that question.
As the chaperone, or however you want to,
No, I got 2 rooms, one for me and one for those 3 jokers.
Good for you. Good for you.
I mean, yeah. Hello, Cheryl. Kristen, is it your recording error gone?
Yeah, it says it's fine now. So
Okay, well then your voice is back too. All right, let's do the show. It's a bit of a game show type feel today, right?
Yes.
Okay, we're gonna figure it out as we go because that's what we do.
because why else?
Okay, let me pull up what we need, and then we're gonna go. Anything else that anyone wants to say? Kristen's stuff doesn't work. Dame, whatever. Anything? We're good.
Dame, whatever. Dame's fine, but we're going to pretend he's not just to kill a couple of seconds.
3, 2, 1. This week on the Pete the Planner Show, we answer your money questions. Here's how the show works. You email us askpete@petetheplanner.com. That's askpete@petetheplanner.com. And here's what'll happen. We may answer your question on the show with my panel of 2 brilliant financial minds, both certified financial planning practitioners. One goes by the name of Kristen Elanius. Hello, Kristen.
Hello, Pete.
Damian Dunn, CFP, is the other. Hello, Dame.
Hello, Pete.
And I am merely a broadcaster. I just keep it moving. Hello, Jay. Good to join you on the live stream. If you ever want to follow the live stream in real time, which is the concept of live, Fridays, 10 a.m., Facebook, LinkedIn, or YouTube. All right, Dame, today's show, we're doing a New Year's resolution draft.
Yes.
So New Year's resolutions are something, there's arbitrary. January 1st is as arbitrary as March 38th, they're arbitrary. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 scenarios. We cannot use cliches. We cannot use save more money. We can't do stuff like that. And we're going to put together real resolutions that we cannot copy each other for 3 different scenarios. Kristen, does this idea work for you?
This idea does work for me. I'm a little apprehensive about the overlap, to be honest with you, but that's okay. We'll work with it.
I am too, to be fair. But when has that ever stopped us? Dame, how do you think this goes here today?
Well, I'm hoping that we're all professional enough not to overlap based on the categories that we've got, but we'll see.
Well, that's where he's wrong, Kristen. He's asked if that we're professional enough is where this goes wrong. Okay. So let's talk about sort of the concept of this anti-resolution show, if you will, right? Like how do you actually make this work? So Kristen, where do you believe most financial resolutions fail?
In their ambiguity, 100%. People just say, I am going to be better at money, or I'm going to budget this year. And those things are just too incredibly vague for people who generally are not paying enough attention to their personal finances, candidly.
So too vague would be something like, I'm going to have my best financial year ever.
Yeah, indeed. There's nothing smart about that goal.
Dame, how about too ambitious? I love ambition. It's a beautiful quality in a person, but why is it bad for resolutions?
That's exactly where I was going to go. Is that you just, heart's in the right place. You're trying to make some big changes, take some big swings, but maybe you're aiming a little bit high. You don't know what you might actually be capable of. And while stretch goals are fine, it's not going to do you any good to set something that you're going to fail almost immediately out of the gate on.
I think the third element of this is that it requires too much willpower to pull this off. We do want some concept and semblance of willpower to be part of behavioral change. But if you're relying on like, I'm going to review my spending at 2 p.m. every day, it's like, a little ambitious. And also that's a lot of willpower to try to pull that off. So here's how the show's going to work. We got 3 segments before we have our news segment. But here's what we're going to do. There are 3 stages of a person's life that we're going to explore. And then each one of us, we're going to do a reverse snake draft. We get to draft fantasy football style. Chris and I also don't know what a reverse snake draft is too. So the look on your face is justified. Just rock with it, Queen.
Okay.
The stages are someone in their mid-20s. What is a good resolution for someone in their mid-20s? A good resolution for someone in their mid-40s with kids. Dame and I in our late 40s with kids. And then separate kids.
Yeah, not really.
We live adjacently.
Yeah.
Right. And then early 60s nearing retirement. Each one of us gets 1 pick per life stage. No cliches, no save more. And here are the additional rules. It must be specific.
Okay.
Must be specific. It must survive a bad month. Like if something goes wrong, the whole thing can't fall apart, which is where most resolutions go to die. It must work with current income, and we're going to have to make up. Maybe what we'll do is we'll start by agreeing on an income for these groups, if that is helpful for us. And it has to be a system, not a wish. Has to be a system, not a wish. Ultimately, I guess if your resolution needs motivation, it's probably already dead because January 1st is an arbitrary day. So we need a bit of a plan here. Let's get started. Let's start by agreeing on the income levels of people in their mid-20s. Okay, so what do we want to say? We don't want to spend too much time on this. Kristen, you choose. We'll go with whatever you say.
I think we need to be below the median household income for someone in their mid-20s, right?
Sure.
Okay. Yeah, sure. So what's that number?
Let's call it $52,000 a year.
$52,000 a year. Is this person single?
Yes.
Okay. All right. $52,000 a year for the person in their mid-20s that is single. Now, Dame, you get to choose mid-40s with kids. We're going to go married or partnered, right? We're going to go 2 adults and some kids. So you can go a household income if you feel like that is what we need to do. What income do you want for that?
Let's do $95,000.
$95,000 household income for that group. Okay. So we got 52, we got 95, and then I'll choose early 60s income, nearing retirement. You know, I'm going to take a weird approach. I'm going to say $80,000. Okay. $80,000. Okay. So the stage is set. And what we'll do is based on who gave the income for these different groups, they will have the first pick in the resolution draft. All right, Kristen, life stage 25 to 30, mid-20s, $52,000 a year of income. You get the very first pick in the New Year's resolution draft. And with that selection, you choose
implement a cooling off period on your discretionary spending.
Okay, boy, this might require 3 segments worth of explanation because you're blowing my mind. What do we got? A cooling off period. There was several other words. What is it? What's happening?
So let's start with your discretionary spending. So the spending that you maybe don't necessarily have to do, like you can't really do anything about when your light bills due or when your rent's due. I'm talking about your transactional purchases. So the idea would be to implement, you can decide what the cooling off period looks like, but that you wait before you make those transactions. So maybe it's that you only spend money on the weekends and you know what money you're going to spend. Like you schedule your grocery pickup for the weekend and you put all of those items in your cart during the week. Or if you think you want something from Amazon during the week, you put it in the cart. And if by the weekend you still feel that that's something that you want to purchase, then you give yourself permission to purchase. The idea is to kind of put a buffer between our impulsive purchases or the things that we may not need and our finances or our cash.
And so that is meant to last all 12 months at least, or like to try to form the habit that way?
Yeah, absolutely. The idea is this is just who I am as a person now. I'm someone who pauses before I make purchases.
Gosh, Dame, I think we might be toast today because that was really good. What do you got? We got about a minute left. We'll let you go, and then we'll talk about it after the break. What do you got?
Simple, automate at least 5% of your income going towards an emergency fund.
Okay. I like this. 5% of your income, $52,000.
Yep. You have to have that habit built. And if you're anything like me, if it's down to me to do it every single month, I'm probably not going to hit it sometime. So I have to automate that in order to make sure it's consistent, because there's less chance that I go in and stop that automation than me remembering to do that every single month on my own. So automate at least 5%.
So let's do this between the break. I'll let you pull out the calculator. You can choose if it's take home pay or gross, and then you can calculate what that number is just for fun. All right, we'll do that during the break. Coming back after the break, I'll give you my draft pick for mid-20s New Year's resolution, then on to 40s with kids, then on to pre-retirees. That's next on the Pete the Planner Show. I'm Pete the Planner. This portion of the program is brought to you by HerculeanMealPrep.com. Now, when I was in Phoenix for 380 days last week, my biggest regret was that I did not have my gorgeous, beautiful, inexpensive, delicious, and nutritious meals from Herculean Meal Prep. Could I go get amazing tacos? Yeah. Did I go get amazing tacos? Yes. But did I miss my buffalo chicken mac and cheese that I have about every day from Herculean Meal Prep? Yeah, I did. Here's the other element of this. In the freezer right now at my office are enough meals to get me through this work year. And it's not going to be enough for me by the time I get to 2026. I'm actually going to stop by the store today, pick up meals for my freezer at home since I'm going to be off over break so I can keep it rolling. Will I share with my kids and my life partner of 25 years? No, you haven't met me. HerculeanMealPrep.com. I've been on it, I think, since April-ish. I love it so much. Please do it. This is as much of an endorsement as a friend telling you this is what I do, and it's helped me a lot. I encourage you to do the same. So go to HerculeanMealPrep.com. If you happen to go to the store in the central Indiana area, tell them Pete sent you so they can look at you like, who? And you can order online as well and have them delivered to your door anywhere in the country, and they will be frozen. And you can keep them frozen until they're not frozen, and then you put them in your face hole. That's HerculeanMealPrep.com. That was not the copy they sent me.
No.
They'll be happy with it.
Do you know, I don't know if you guys know this. You probably do. I get sent what I'm supposed to say every week.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's just, I don't want to read any of them.
That is the least surprising thing you could have told Kristen and I ever.
But here's the thing. Mine are better than whatever they send.
Oh.
They just are.
As long as they keep sponsoring the show, they must agree.
I don't know. You're just personal. Like, here's the thing. I'm not going to endorse things I don't use. I'm just telling you, I'm not doing it. So I might as well talk about my experience.
Yeah.
That's fair. In a similar vein, we sent you over a script to re-record a course at your Moneyline. And I told my team, don't worry too much about the exact wording because Pete's not going to read it. The bones just need to be there.
Can I blow your mind for a second, Kristen?
What?
How many months have we known each other? I mean, we're talking 84 months or so.
84, 85, really.
Okay,
Yeah.
85 months. Damn, this will blow your mind. I've known you longer. I rehearsed the script this week.
You did not.
Yes, I did.
The course?
Yeah, I rehearsed. I read it before I was going to read it on the prompter. I literally sat here and read through it and just to myself, not to the mic or anything, just read it out loud I don't know why. I don't know if I was inebriated, but I did it.
What? You're kidding.
No, I'm dead serious.
Kristen, your level of belief on this statement from Pete.
I'm not lying. I'm not going to lie to you.
I have a really hard time believing it. Like, you were avoiding something. Like there was another element. Like,
yeah.
No. Okay, if I can, in a moment of honesty here, that was honest. But let me take it a little further. I don't like to rehearse anything. I don't want to see a question before it is asked of me. I just want to live and I want to be present. I want to do it. I just want to go. So we had a big presentation at work this week, multi-members of the team and, all this sort of thing. And we rehearsed several times. And I was like, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to rehearse. I'm going to be this thing and do it. So then we did the presentation. Presentation went well. And it was in that spirit, Kristen. I was like, wonder how this whole thing goes if I practice stuff.
Why change now?
I don't want to change, but that's what happened this week.
Who forced you to rehearse? I'm trying to think of who in that group was like, yeah, we need to practice, because it wasn't Chad.
I think you know.
You really have to put thought to this, Kristen.
That is a terrible question, Kristen. You know exactly who insisted. And I was like, yes, okay. But they were right. We're sending out your Money Lane holiday gifts to employees today.
Nice.
You guys, you may have gotten them already. I don't know.
I've not.
Ooh, the mail is way too slow because
mail.
You guys get my Christmas cards.
It's in today's mail.
Oh, okay.
How do you know it's in today's mail?
Because you can sign up.
Delivery?
Yeah, you sign up
my wife
office and they scan everything and they send you an email first thing in the morning saying, "Hey, here's what's coming."
Yep.
That is not healthy for me. Like I think my wife gets. I would be so. I like mail. Let's get. Did you do the math that I asked or no? Yep. Or did I put you in an awkward spot?
No, I got it.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Back on the Pete the Planner show, the New Year's resolution draft. It's like fantasy football, except none of your friends from college are involved. So here's how it works. We're taking 3 different types of people, someone in their mid-20s, someone in their 40s with kids, and someone in their early 60s pre-retirement. Dame, Kristen, and I, those two being financial experts, myself just being a media darling, we are walking through and picking a New Year's resolution that is specific and meaningful for them. Kristen went first with the 20s. Dame went second. He said that 5% of the person's income in 2026 should go towards building an emergency fund. And I said, friend, at $52,000 a year of income, how much is 5% on a regular basis? Dame, what do you got for us?
We're going gross income. That's $50 a week, Pete.
$50 a week. Whew. All right, $50 a week. Kristen, seems reasonable.
It does. But I think if I'm in my earlier than if I'm 8 years younger than I am now, single, making 52 grand, I don't know that I want to prioritize that $50. It's good advice. I'm just saying I don't know that I love it if I'm the person we're speaking to.
Well, then in the same vein, I don't know if I want to just put something in an Amazon cart and not wait and just wait until the weekend to buy it.
Hey, we're not getting personal.
Ladies, calm down. Jiminy Christmas, this went off the rails. Dame, I will note, though, to your point, when Kristen was that age and had a certain income, she spent a lot of money on very expensive Subway sandwiches. I remember. Do you remember that?
Here we are talking about
$13.
memory, and he manages to pull out that she spent $12 on a $5 footlong.
That's because he was so surprised that Subway sandwiches weren't $5 anymore.
That is the oldest thing that has ever been said about me, and it's true. That was the moment, Kristen. You were talking about Subway. I'm like, oh, $5 sandwich, and you were like,
no.
Where have you? What campaign? Actually, I want to go into chat right now, and I want to see when the $5 footlong campaign started.
Man.
When was I was talking out loud here? As the $5 footlong ad. When do you think, Dame?
We're gonna be so old. It's gonna be like 2013.
No, dude, this is gonna be the 90s.
No. I bet it's like, I bet I was in like second grade. I bet it was like 02.
I'm so nervous. 2008.
Really?
See, I wasn't that far off.
That's later than I thought.
Yeah. 2008. What were we doing in 2008? We were Kristen's age. Really? Wow. All right. Okay. Now it's my turn for the 20-somethings.
Right.
I want to note, and before I say this, we are not suggesting that a person in this situation should do all three of ours. It's sort of like you got to choose something. Because as I say mine, it blows Dame's up. Like it just makes Dame's and mine both impossible.
Okay.
It is get yourself to 12% gross income in terms of retirement savings. So if your employer matches 4% and you put in 8, you're at 12. Do whatever it takes to get to 12. If your employer doesn't match, put in 12. And this is gross income. It's pre-tax. I think what's interesting about New Year's resolutions, and it's actually Kristen's point, you want it to become who you are eventually. It's not meant to be a diet. It's meant to become who you are permanently. I think one of the best forms of that is what you choose to save for retirement. Solve the retirement problem now and never revisit it again. Like, I think that's and I say this with understanding how difficult this can be, but Kristen, like, if you can seriously solve the retirement problem once with one act, why not to do it?
Yeah, it's just one less thing you have to be worried about. You get to put it on the back burner and maybe just like check in on it once a year, but to not have to spend bandwidth thinking about it. There's too many things that demand your attention every day. And that's one of the easiest ones in theory to just set and forget.
Dame, mid-40s with kids, the person makes, what do you say, $95,000 a year as a household income?
Yep. In this case, I'm assuming that there's 2 adults in the household on this example. Implement a regular money meeting. I don't care if it's monthly. I don't care if it's weekly. I don't care what it is, but you have to be able to communicate and check in on whatever's going on. Are your financial priorities the same? Is there anything coming up that you need to be aware of financially for one or the other, or the family as a whole? Maybe little Tommy's got a knee surgery coming up that you got to plan for some out-of-pocket stuff. Whatever it is, it's good to just be able to sit down and have a regular discussion about what's going on with the finances in the household.
Jeez, Dame. It's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that one.
Pointed.
It was really pointed. It was very personal. Like Kristen and I started choking up. All right. So I'm going to go with, this is the year to put together the college payment plan of like how college will be funded. And I here's what's interesting. I don't know how old these kids are in this situation. I don't actually really care. Here's what I think generally happens in a household with kids. We're going to start saving for a college fund in a 529 or something or whatever. But that decision, that behavior never actually matches up with what you're going to do when you get there. And it's always protected under the guise of, well, there's too many variables to know. But I think if you just take the time and sit down and say, here's what we think we're going to have. here's a public school, here's a private school, and then say, all right, well, the kid is going to take student loans, and here's how much the kid's going to have to take versus we're going to take a home equity loan, like an actual plan. So when you get there, it's not so reactionary. That is mine. Form an actual college payment plan, no matter how old your kids are. That is mid 40s in 2026, New Year's resolution for me.
We did a beta version of that in my house this week.
Well, I mean, you're not in your 40s.
I'm just saying.
That's amazing. So you talked through Maggie's college plan this week at your house?
Yes, we did.
How did you estimate how much it was going to cost to send her to Purdue?
Actually, that's exactly what we used as the estimator, because her dad and I have strong opinions about that. But the biggest thing for us is we just have this feeling that like Maggie's either going to go to school forever or she's going to be like a plumber pipe fitter. Like it's going to be one or the other. And so that makes it very challenging to be like, how much do you save? You know?
Damn, I'm not here to redirect thoughts and dreams, but that seems wildly binary. like lifelong academic or pipe fitters union 3241. Like it's a lot.
But the good news is that they don't have to save much more based off of our amazing contributions that we made to her 529 plan.
Yours more amazing than mine. Kristen, with a minute to go, what is your draft pick for the mid 40s with kids?
We are scaling back our lifestyle creep. And what I mean by that is in the level of like brands that we buy. So a couple at this phase is probably making more money than they've ever made before. So now they're probably like shopping at Whole Foods instead of at Aldi, that sort of thing. We're walking back the inflation of just our everyday spending.
That's good too. You guys, this segment actually, this whole show kind of works.
Yeah.
A little bit.
There were doubts. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to land this plane. Kind of. We'll come back. Next resolution draft is someone in their early 60s nearing retirement. What should their resolution be in 2026? It's my first round pick this time. Then we go to Chris. Then we go to Dame. All that is next on the Pete the Planner Show. I'm Pete the Planner. This portion of the program is brought to you by myindiana529.com. We are mere days away from opening that really bad sweater. I mean, that sweater is going to get opened. Eyes are going to be set upon said sweater. Your tween grandson is going to look at it and he's going to say, thanks, Gramps. But what he means is you should have put money in my Indiana 529 plan. It is so hard to choose a gift over the 2-generation gap. It's hard enough to choose a gift when you've been married to a person for 25 years. Save yourself the trouble. Set up an account at myindiana529.com. You can start with as little as $10, but if you're feeling more generous than that, fine. Put more in, and you can do it on a regular basis, and it can be a gift. You can use the U-Gift feature, which is a lot of fun too. And if you're an Indiana taxpayer, you're going to get tax credit. So anyway, go to myindiana529.com today and get rid of that awkward sweater look you're going to get from your grandson, Tyler. How was that one? Okay.
Sorry, Tyler.
I don't know. They can't all be glorious.
It was fine. It was good.
I feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, here's what we're doing on the show. I actually will speak in specifics next 2 weeks. Did I was vague last week, right, Dame?
No, I think you might have even been specific as to what shows were appearing on which days.
Yeah,
I think
we'll do it again for those that missed. We got 2 shows coming up in the next 2 weeks. First is my sit down with Nate Feldman, who is the owner and publisher of the Indianapolis Business Journal. I was on a list of business leaders, people in Indiana, and so he interviews some of those people. I'm one of those people. Let's just call this is the Pete the Planner origin story episode. So if you want to hear, if you're ever like, what, huh? Well, for 40 minutes or so, you get to figure out like what just happened here. So that'll be maybe next week. I planned it, but then I don't remember. Then the week after is my sit down with my friend Mason King from the Indianapolis Business Journal, and I make terribly dumb predictions for 2026, and we get to revisit the ones that I was right or wrong about in 2025. Dame, to you, the one I'm most proud of, but also sickens me the most, is I had a weird prediction last year about this time that financial crimes, it's going to be the golden age of financial crimes and Ponzi schemes once again, as deregulation takes hold. The SEC is sort of neutered. And about 3 weeks ago, there was a massive Ponzi scheme felon that was just inexplicably pardoned after multi-billion-dollar scam. And I was like, boom, prediction right. There you go.
I mean, just because somebody got pardoned, do you think they're going to go back out and immediately go back to what they were doing before?
No, it's the enablement. It's the fact that, like, part of punishment is to encourage others not to commit said crime. That's not exactly a disincentive by getting a pardon.
I see. Well, I tell you, I mean, I'd be really curious as to what your predictions are, but I'll listen to just about anything if Mason King's talking. Yeah, the guy's got a voice.
He does. Kristen, any predictions for 2026 you want to get out there before the turn of the year?
No, because I'm not as brave as you, because who knows what it'll turn out to be, and I don't like to be wrong. So
I'm so used to being wrong at this point in my life. Like, it's funny you say it that way, because I'm like, I don't care. I'll be wrong.
See, I don't like that.
Dame, you want to throw any out there?
No.
Yeah, Dame hates to be wrong too. I'm excited to talk about stock picks when we come back after the break. Vera Bradley and oh my gosh, I looked at that this morning just randomly, Dame.
I told you when I made the pick, I took a swing based off some just gut feelings on what might happen, and well, I must have just been having indigestion because that gut feeling did not come through.
You have, if you don't know, do you know what I picked for the S&P 500?
I don't remember.
Okay, cool. Don't worry about it.
I think we're all under.
Yeah, I assumed we would. But hey, there's some trade days left in the year.
True.
Little Santa session. Okay. Chris, I'm excited to get your Christmas card.
I'm excited for you. I hope that it's unopened when you receive it.
Oh, no. You just load it with glitter and... No. I told you I apologized for the contents of the card. Yes.
And I tried to make up for it.
Okay.
That'll make more sense if you receive it today.
Oh, Lord. Okay. All right. Well, there we go. Let's do the show. In 3, 2, 1. Back on the Pete the Planner show. It's the New Year's resolution draft. Most New Year's resolutions are vague and silly and dumb and they don't work. But good luck with that. This week on the show, we are taking 3 financial situations: that of someone in their mid-20s, that of someone in their mid-40s with kids, and that of someone who's in their early 60s pre-retirement. And Dame, Kristen, who are the financial experts in the show, and me, who's just the person here. We're just drafting like, hey, here's what this person should really be thinking about. We are on to early 60s pre-retiree. It's my pick. You guys, all 3 of us, as we play in the show, Dame, we all knew the same amount. Like, we were like, here's what we're going to do. None of us had any real plans. They're sort of happening in real time. Can you confirm that, Dame?
Yeah, there was zero discussion. And anybody who's listened to the show knows that there's never any discussion before the show, so that should come as no surprise.
And Kristen, despite the fact that I admitted earlier that I have rehearsed a couple things recently and they've worked out for me, I want to promise you I did not rehearse what I'm about to say. And the reason I say this to you, Kristen, is because I really feel like I set you guys up in a really dirty way because I have the perfect New Year's resolution.
Okay, we'll see.
Say more.
Early 60s, pre-retiree. Do a mock retirement for the entire year.
Okay. I mean, that was one of the most predictable things you could have possibly said. I don't know about Kristen, but those are the exact words I expected to come out of your mouth.
Well, does that make it a bad thing because it's so brilliant?
I'm just saying, like, I set myself up to win this one.
I did. It's a perfect thing.
Practice retirement. Great. But it was entirely predictable.
Here's what you're going to do between Christmas and New Year's. If you're in your early 60s, you're a pre-retiree, figure out exactly what your retirement income is going to be when that day it is you retire. And this entire calendar year, live on that income now. Struggle with it. Figure it out. Because when you do and you reduce your discretionary income to do that, you will save more money, you will pay down debt, you will increase your retirement plan contributions. And based on my research of this, you're unlikely to shift those dollars away from those really good habits, meaning you're going to prepare yourself better for retirement. So no, I did not set everyone up here. And yes, I feel like it's the perfect answer. And yes, the people on my panel with me don't think it is. Kristen, what's yours?
So I do like yours, but I like mine first.
Oh,
like I think mine should come first and then yours.
Oh.
So like yours is a good resolution for next year. Mine's a good resolution for this year, which is to run what I'm calling a retirement stress test. So you know when you have to have a stress test and they basically just make you go on the treadmill until you can't go any faster, right? This is going to be the same thing where every month increase your retirement contribution by 1% until it's unsustainable.
Hey, what if the person's maxing out their retirement plan right now?
Continue to break dependence on your income. Just see what you're capable of.
I'm just trying to beat it up. It's a pretty good one.
It is.
I mean, it's not better than mine, but it's pretty good.
It's absolutely
Hey,
better than yours.
I mean, you're battling for a silver medal on this one. That's good, Kristen.
Okay.
Dame, can you come over the top rope?
I think that at this stage of your life, you should plan on systematically beginning to de-risk your portfolio. If you haven't really taken a hard look at the allocation that you've got at this point, may not be appropriate for the phase that you're about to enter in. You're going from accumulation to distribution, and that can take on a completely different texture inside of your portfolio. So if you've got, especially if you've got non-qualified assets outside of a 401k or IRA or Roth or anything like that, and you might need a little bit of time to start unwinding some of those positions so you don't get a huge tax hit, start doing it. Have a plan. If you need to talk to a financial advisor about how to do that tax efficiently, now's the time to start doing that. So you are all keyed up and ready to go for taking income in retirement.
Kristen, it is up to you to rank who had the best resolution, which is what we're going to do. We're going to go through each category.
Okay.
The 20s, 40s, and 60s. All right. So 20s, you had put things in your Amazon cart and then burn your computer in a river.
Right.
Dame had 5% towards an emergency fund, and I had 12% total in aggregate going towards retirement. Rank the resolutions.
Rank them? Oh no.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna make Damien the winner, but then I didn't want to have to pick between yours and mine.
Okay, well then so just pick the winner. Who's the winner? That's fine. Dame, you could pick the winner.
For the same category or the same age range?
Yeah. I go with Dame too.
Me. Of course.
Okay.
All right. 40s. We got college planned for me. We got, what are the other ones?
Money meeting.
And lifestyle creep.
All right. Dame, pick the winner.
Me.
Dame.
Come on.
What? It's okay. You can admit it, Kristen. Sometimes you don't have to be the best. It's me, though.
But I am, and it was mine.
Well, 2-1 says you're not. So.
Okay. Third one is mock retirement, available on Amazon.com.
Mm-hmm.
We've got Kristen's stress test of adding 1% towards retirement every month for the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dame had the de-risk of the portfolio and start to find that retirement years allocation. So I'm going to choose first. I think mine was far and away the best. Kristen?
I'm going to pull a Damien. Me.
Dame?
Me.
What did we learn on the show today? Dane thinks he's smarter than everyone else.
Just
Vanity.
today.
That's what we learned.
Just today.
You guys, that wasn't that bad.
No, I don't know what you were expecting. It was good.
Did you guys have any good backups?
No, I thought of them. They came out of my mouth. Like, as my mouth opened, brain is processing. Tell us about your backups, Kristen.
Well, I was just curious. I didn't know. One that I think goes across all of the age ranges, which is why I didn't pick it for one specifically. And I kind of mentioned it when we started, is like, I think anyone could benefit from just declaring the kind of person they want to be with money and just be like, I'm the kind of person who does this. Like, if you want to be more fit, like, okay, what would someone who's fit do? They would go to the gym, they would drink more water, they would prioritize protein intake, like Pete, a pillar of health, right? And so if you want to be someone who is more financially well, or you want to pick a more specific category than that, okay, what would someone do if they were financially healthy?
So a declaration of independence.
Yes. Nicolas Cage.
Dane, what was your backup?
Well, one of them was for the middle group, the 40s, was going to be college related, absolutely. But yeah, you got that one, so I couldn't go there.
Yeah, here's one that kind of sweeps across because it's really gets to what am I focused on for next year? Because you kind of put a little bit of yourself into these. I feel like our medical costs are going up at my house, not because anyone is unhealthy or anything like that, but just like maintenance or MRIs on sports injuries or this or that. And Dame, I'm not trying to poke the bear here, but in 2026, I feel like I want to think through medical costs a little more. We drained our HSA fast this year. So anyway, that's my. Griffin, do you have any for next year?
That's a really, really good one, because I would hope that next year is a much lower cost year.
Yeah.
For our household, but you just never know.
Dame.
It's got to be something around healthcare spending, but I don't know what in the world I'm going to do about it yet. So
I'll speak for all three of us because I think this is the truth. We're not saying healthcare in relation to any sort of legislation or lack thereof around healthcare. We're literally just talking about our lives. So that'll all play out in its own right. But the fortune is we all have good health insurance through our employer. So that's worth noting. Anywho, coming up after the break, the last biggest waste of money of the week of the year and the news. All that's next on the Pete the Planner Show. I'm Pete the Planner. Yeah. What a bummer way to end that segment. Jiminy Christmas. Everyone's going to die. All right.
I just keep getting text messages about money that I owe. And I'm like, who even are you?
You're getting text messages? Those are called scams, Queen.
No, for having a baby. I just got a text like 2 days ago from some pediatrics group that bills separately that I owe them separately from everything else. And I'm like, this would be a lot easier if it were more centralized.
Yeah. I set fitness goals with my trainer this morning, which was sort of fun, maybe. Mm-hmm. It's funny how different that was from a year ago. It wasn't until late January on this show, it was the multi-chin episode where I'm lamenting, looking in the camera going, gosh, that's aggressive. And it took on it. But now, like 11 months removed or whatever, I'm sitting there talking to him this morning, just making some crazy ideas. It's interesting. I guess that's how goals go, right?
Could have just grown a beard and fixed that chin problem.
Yeah, if I could grow it right here, there's certain things I can't do as a man. One of them is grow a beard that doesn't look like an old hat at a Goodwill Industries store. I don't know. It was really descriptive and strange. Andy asked a good question. Is the rucking phase gone completely now? That's a great question. Kind of, because it just evolved into something that was that I enjoyed more, which was just lifting really heavy weights as opposed to walking around with a backpack with moderate amount of weights in it. So, anywho, Kristen, any Anything else you want to focus on in 2026? Now I'm just forcing resolutions out of people.
Thanks. I don't know. I just feel like I very much if I'm the mindset of like James Clear, and I try to just do that more on the reg versus like, hey, in 2026, I'm going to do these things. I'm more about the identity thing, but I know that that's not what today's show is about. So that's a terrible answer.
Great one, Chris. Dane, how about you?
I feel that there's pressure to say something that's really meaningful and, it makes a lot of sense and motivational maybe for somebody listening. I don't have one of those. I really just want to try and break 80 on the golf course this year
That's great.
That's really like my one goal.
All right. Let's do biggest waste of money of the week in news. Dame, you're pretty close to having something there.
Got it up.
All right. In 3, 2, 1. This week's biggest waste of money of the week, right here on the Pete the Planner Show, is the author forecast weather station. Turn the daily weather into a literary experience with the author forecast. It features a curated library over 5,000 quotes from 1,400 authors across 4,000 years. It matches words to the moment, blending the precision of a sundial-controlled brass base with the calm readability of an e-paper screen. Each quote rotates through our day to turn a mundane forecast into a timeless reading experience. I want to give you an example of what it is I'm talking about because this is confusing. So on this screen that looks like a Kindle, like a white paper Kindle, on this wood base, pops up the weather at the top, and it's got a sun emoji or icon. It says sunny, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. Then below that, it says everything in nature seemed new. The grass, the mosses, the leaves, the perfumes, the rays of light. The sun shone as if it had never shone before. Victor Hugo, Toilers of the Sea. Kristen, how much for the dumbest thing in the world?
I could not hate this more. It's so awful. This is $112.
All right, Dame, how much for the dumbest thing in the world?
This is an app. It's not. It shouldn't be like something you buy. Hardware wise, it should just be an app that you can. But anyway, $79.99.
$209.
Oh my word.
Here's the thing, and I thought I actually did a little prep. Felt a little sorry about this. I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings. Like someone had an idea and they took it to market, and the market will speak. The market will tell you what's going to happen. But this is literally the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I feel bad about that.
I mean, it's not even that big.
No.
I mean, you would have to genuinely walk up to it within like 5 feet to be able to read it. It's not like something where you can see the temperature from across the room. It's, oh man.
It's like it's sleeting outside, or like and then you walk over there and it's like, sleet was my childhood memory, Atticus Finch. And it's like, this is so dumb. Why did I get up and walk over there? I almost fell on the sleet.
It's a great part of that book.
Busting up a chiffer rope. Dane, what is in the news this week?
If groceries felt expensive last month, according to the government, no, they didn't.
Oh, come on.
The Bureau of Labor Statistics finally released November's delayed inflation report showing annual inflation falling 3.7%, well below expectations. Core inflation dropped to 2.6%, the lowest reading since March of 2021. On paper, that sounds great. Cheaper yogurt, victory lap, all of that. Except maybe not. Government shutdown delayed the report and canceled October's CPI entirely, so November didn't have a clean comparison. Analysts also say some methodological choices may have made inflation look cooler than it really was. Think less carefully researched paper and more fish after watching one YouTube video. Prices were collected late in the month, meaning holiday discounts likely drag numbers down as well. And shelter costs, which make up 35% of CPI, were logged as nearly flat, something that raised more than a few eyebrows. As former Fed economist Alan Detmeister put it, you mostly just have to put this one to the side. The trend toward cooling inflation is probably real, but the Fed will want a cleaner data before getting comfortable with cutting rates again.
At times, it's so hard not to be cynical. I don't like being cynical, but like something like this, full cynicism. But I don't know. I'm curious on you two. So there's two ways to look at this, right? There's, or you can choose both, right? One, the changes at the Bureau of Labor Statistics of how they do these things in general is the culprit, and or the government shutdown and the lack of access to data is the culprit. Dame, if you had to assign blame like a traffic accident on who was involved here, what are you doing?
I'm probably going to put my thumb on the lack of data side of things.
Okay, so the latter, right? The shutdown.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen, what about you?
Totally agree, because I don't know that I trust the data when everything is working and firing. So I'm there too.
Yeah, I'm going 40% blame towards the way the Bureau of Labor Statistics is now being run and 60% towards the shutdown. But let's move on, because this is going to take us to a real bad place that I don't really feel like doing. So let's just move on. I'm in a decent mindset. I don't want to mess it up.
Might be time to buy stock in coffee or Red Bull or something, because NASDAQ just asked regulators if it can basically stop sleeping. This week, NASDAQ said it wants to move to 23-hour trading on weekdays. The exchange is already open for 16 hours a day, but starting in the third quarter of 2026, it's proposing an overnight trading session from 9 p.m. to 4 a.m. Eastern. Great news for insomniacs, international investors, and anyone who likes trading stocks while questioning their life choices. Not everyone on Wall Street is thrilled, though. Critics worry that the market barely closes and gives investors less time to digest after-hours news like earnings reports before hitting the buy or sell button. Others say spreading trades across more hours could thin out trading volume, which I think is actually a decent point, which can mean bigger price swings and less efficient markets. Wells Fargo's trading desk didn't mince words, calling the idea, quote, literally the worst thing in the world, end quote. And warning it could make stocks feel even more like gambling. NASDAQ, though, wouldn't be the only night owl. New York Stock Exchange is considering 22-hour days, and apps like Robinhood already let users trade overnight because apparently the stock market's decided sleep's optional.
Didn't Wells Fargo get fined for like opening fake accounts?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So, but this is the worst thing.
That's history, Tristan. You don't need to look backwards. We're only focused on the future.
Excuse me.
Hey, guys, I have good news, though, I wanted to share. Robinhood is rolling out NFL parlay and prop bets on its prediction markets platform. So don't worry. All of those young people who were attracted by the whoozy whatsits and the sheng bangs on the Robinhood when you make a trade and confetti goes off, now they're exposed to parlays and prop bets. Everything's fine. There's nothing to see here.
It's not betting, Pete. Those are financial instruments.
We're going to go back to that. Someday the historians will dig up from a time capsule the nihilism episode that we had weeks and weeks and weeks ago, and they will note that we were right. Kristen, is Maggie gambling yet?
Not yet, but her dad's working on it.
Good answer. Dane, what else is in the news?
The average U.S. home will spend nearly this much money on heating this winter.
Just heat?
Gosh, you're setting me up to be out of touch. Okay, I just want you to know. Okay, so oh gosh, this is not going to be good. Okay, I got a number.
Go for it.
Oh, I want it back.
You haven't even said it.
$1,600.
Kristen.
Absolutely not. 900.
$1,000 on heating this winter.
I win.
That's
4 digits.
Up 9.2% compared to last year.
Gosh,
Listen to this. National Energy Assistance Directors Association is the group. Two big reasons utility companies are spending billions to upgrade the electrical grid in order to accommodate, you guessed it, AI data centers. Likely passing some of those costs on to consumers, and this winter is expected to be unusually cold in parts of the U.S.
I read a few articles about like the AI data center, like freak out, the NIMBYism of that. I still don't, my head's still not around it. I'm sort of trying to sort out both sides of the argument, but it definitely seems like the boogeyman of 2025 is AI data centers.
Yeah, I completely agree with that.
It is. I think the good part of saying it that way is like, I guess maybe we should be more critical of the headlines that we read and try to figure it out, but it does seem pretty mysterious yet.
If it gets us closer to nuclear energy, I'm all for it.
For sure. Well, listen, that's all we have time for this week. Any good vibes? Good vibes are all that's in the budget. I'm Pete the Planner. This was the show. If this was our last live show of the year, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, I think we crushed it.
I think it was good.
Gosh. Let's pat ourselves on the back for the next.
Can I send you the blom that I used for my news this morning?
Of course. You want me to pull it up for now, like to do together, or are you just like on my own personal purpose?
No, I want you to pull it up. Hang on.
Okay.
It's coming in the Slack. There
it is. I see a kettle. Oh my. Okay. Extra blom. I like this, Dame.
You want to use that to close out that?
I'll do it right now.
Want me to send you the copy?
No, I got my own copy.
Okay.
I just got it. We'll figure it out. Kristen, be quiet. Shh. I haven't shushed Kristen in weeks.
Long time.
Truly.
Sometimes in bed and I just lay there at night. I just imagine shushing you. It's a great time.
I have the shusher.
This week's biggest waste of money of the week, right here on the Pete the Planner Show, is Kettle 9091, designed by Richard Sapper, Dick Sappy as his friends call him. The Kettle 9091. Nothing there. No giggles on the nickname. In stainless steel, was the first of Alessi's designer boilers to avoid the usual anxiogenic noise produced by the kettles. Sapper has given the 9091 a melodic whistle made of brass and consisting of two small vents in which the tuners that reproduce the notes, me and C, are inserted. When steam comes out, the two tuners create a pleasant short medley. The 9091 kettle is a polysensory object which will not interrupt an enjoyable break with a whistle, but with a captivating melody.
Oh my.
Kristen, how much for Kettle 9091?
Alternatively, you could just open your Keurig and brew a cup of hot water.
We're not looking for alternative solutions, Kristen.
Looking for a number.
Excuse me. I feel like this is just going to be stupid.
That's what bomb's all about.
I know, but there's different levels of it. And I feel like this is going to be really, really dumb. So let's go like $300.
505 American dollars.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's this week's show, this year's show of live shows. But two great programs coming over the next 2 weeks. What will strangely, reluctantly yet descriptively call the Pete the Planner origin story, and then the other would be just predictions for next year. Then we're coming back next year. We'll have some fun. We'll be older. It'll be great. So anyway, everybody, thanks for watching and being part of the show this year. We appreciate it. Hope you have a good holiday season. No matter what holidays you celebrate, stay getting money.
I'm Tiffany Souter, mom of four, wife, entrepreneur, and host of the Life of And podcast. For years, I built my life with brute force, a successful business, a growing family, and absolutely zero margin. I was tired, snappy, and felt constantly behind, and I was too afraid to admit it. Everything changed when I stopped trying to do more and started building systems that actually worked for my real life. If you too are craving more peace, more presence, and just more time for you, I'd love for you to join me on the Life of And. Subscribe now on your favorite podcast app or listen at ibjpodcast.com.
Want to give your team a real edge? The IBJ Group Plan delivers unlimited access to every story, every report, every video from IBJ and Inside Indiana Business for your whole team. Cover some or all of your employees with one simple payment. The more you add, the more you save. It's smart, it's flexible, and it saves you up to 30% off the standard rate. Already have IBJ subscribers in your office? Group up and save big. Learn more and get started now at ibj.com/group-plan.